Welcome back to Cryptos Are Us. I'm George. We're all George. So, what happened today? This morning, those of you guys that tuned in, we saw history made. We saw Bitcoin hit all-time high, surpassing 69,000, and then we saw Bitcoin crash. We saw it crash, and we're kind of hovering now. So does that mean something fishy is going on? Does that mean the rally is over? Well, I'm going to explain what happened today and what I think happened and what I think is going to happen for the remainder of this week. All right, let's do it. Welcome, welcome, guys. Hopefully you guys are hanging in there. You could see this morning we hit 69,300. And then we had a massive dip down to about 59.1, 59.2. And right now we're hovering around 63.4. Okay. Here's the amazing thing. Here's how fast crypto moves and how fast we all get adjusted to a price range. I couldn't believe. Do you remember when the last time we were at 63.4? If you had to think back without looking, without cheating, doesn't it seem like it was like a week ago that we were at 63 and we couldn't break into all-time high for like, at least a week or several days, right? You know what? I couldn't believe this because, I looked at it. I'm like, man, we were at this level the morning of Monday morning. So we actually just, we actually went back in time a single day, basically, a day and a half, not even 2 days. It's unfathomable, really, how fast things move when things are moving. Like, I could have sworn we were above 65, 66, 67 for at least a week, and we fell back a week. No, we fell back 1.5 days, basically, okay? So nothing really reset other than we lost Monday. That's it. That's it, to put things into perspective. So again, if you're like, oh my God, we just had the biggest crash on earth, what are we going to do now? I mean, it's really not that bad. Here's the other thing too that's really shocking, and we looked at this yesterday. If we go back one single week to March or February 27th, where was Bitcoin back then? Bitcoin was all the way down here, right here, 50s, okay? That was a week ago. You go back 2 weeks ago, we're down into the 40s, okay? So we moved very quickly, very fast. Again, we get so used to and so adjusted to a certain price. It's a weird phenomenon. You don't get that with anything else. You only get that with crypto because of how fast it moves, right? Okay, so that's number one. That's what I start out with. Number two is, how far do we actually drop from top all the way to the bottom? Well, if you measure all the way, that's right around 15%, 14.5%, okay? There's a reason why I bring that up, because it sounds like a lot, but there's a reason. What is that reason? Well, if you look at history, you look at these previous cycles, okay? The tremendous ones that we had, bull runs that we had before. We have a lot of dips. A lot of them, 10, 15%. It happens so often, you don't even notice it, especially when you zoom out. They happen all the time. All the time. Okay? So that's another reason why you should not be fearful, because it does happen all the time. And not only that, there are cases where Bitcoin gets so heated that it has to go down even more than 15%. Sometimes it goes down 35% or 40%. And that sucks. That would suck. That would be like 69,000 all the way crashing like 30,000, right? That would suck. But you know what? I've lived through those days before. And I'll tell you, they do suck. But we get past them. We get past them really quickly, right? Just like how I feel we will get past this very, very quickly. Since we reset a whole freaking day, tomorrow's another day. Can we get right back up to where we were? Well, I mean, you know what? I think there's a good possibility. And here's the reason why. Like, I thought for sure that Wall Street was dumping like crazy today, okay? Wait, let me get to it. Yeah. So today's volume, really high. ETF volume, sky high. The highest volume day ever recorded for spot ETF. This, of course, includes BlackRock's, Fidelity's, and Grayscale. Record trading volume, right? So I thought for sure that Grayscale was dumping like by the billions to cause what happened. Well, you know what? The Grayscale numbers came out and they're large, but not that large. Not compared to last Friday when they sold, or last Thursday, they sold $600 million of Bitcoin. Then Friday, they sold about 500 million. Yesterday, they sold about 368 million, which is crazy because yesterday was a crazy rally day, right? And today, a little bit less, 333 million. So that actually surprised me because I was expecting Grayscale to be at like 3 billion today, right? To cause what we saw today. But no, not really. And we don't know what the inflows are because I think it may be shocking to learn tomorrow that the inflows may have covered Grayscale's outflows. So if that's the case, we'll get the official numbers tomorrow, right? So if that's the case, what really drove Bitcoin down today, or what drove the market down today? Well, maybe it's due to that pesky leverage. So it did seem like way too many people placed excessive amount of leverage thinking that Bitcoin is going to the moon, right? And I guess I'm guilty there because I made an enormous amount of money playing with leverage. And I think a lot of people started to do so, right? And that's when usually we get a giant fall like what we saw today to liquidate the leverage players. The market makers, possibly the exchanges, the whales that are in the market, they can see this. They can see the funding rate being extremely high. That means there's way too much leverage swirling around. So if they cause a little bit of panic, a little bit of selling, right here, you can see the volume, massive selling volume. Well, then it cascades, and then we have a long squeeze. We don't want to see long squeezes. We want to see short squeezes. But unfortunately, you look at this, yeah, we had massive long squeezes happening. In fact, this one right here, 400 million. And then you have 50 and all these other ones, right? You add it up, I'm pretty sure it's like 600 million, 700 million of longs liquidated. Okay, so that is probably the number one reason, but I'm sure someone kicked it off. Some large whales, some whales, maybe Larry Fink himself, these guys, someone that has enough Bitcoin kind of started the selling, and then it started cascading, and that's why we had what we had today, right? And it could be a big reason why in previous cycles before, we also had a lot of these corrections. The market just got too hot, and there could be a lot of it due to just leverage plays in general, right? So I think that's the big thing. But what's the big takeaway, okay? Knowing this, knowing that this happens, knowing that today did happen, does that mean the rally is over? I think you guys know the answer to that? Most definitely not. Okay. Just this morning, let's not forget, just this morning, we broke into new territory at 69,000. So even though right now we're at 63,000, that does not mean from this morning till now, somehow the top is in, the rally is over, and we're no longer going to move upwards. No, that's not what it means at all. Okay? We had a correction, and that's that. That's that. Here's the thing. I know a lot of you guys probably had family members or friends or random people ask you about Bitcoin over the last few days, right? And, you know, I'm willing to bet a lot of those people, even with today's crash, did not buy in. Because there's a weird human psychology, and that is you want to buy on the way up. You don't want to buy on the way down. That's just how it works. If you're smart and you've been in the game for a long time, you know that's not how it should work. You should be buying when other people are panicking. Like today, when Bitcoin fell to 60,000, great time to be picking up. Awesome time to be picking up. In fact, if you did DCA right around 59, 60,000, you're already up substantially. But you know what? Most retail investors, they see a day like today and they're not going to do it. They're like, I don't know. Maybe it'll go into the 50s, so I'll wait it out. And then when Bitcoin goes back to 69,000, they're going like, oh, okay, maybe I should buy now. That's how it works, right? But don't be an average retail investor. Make sure that if you're in the game, you do the right things, you do the smart things, and DCA when things are low, not super high. Although, you know, when things are super high, I get it, you fall for emotions, but best way to do it is to buy low and sell high, right? So in terms of the market cycle, again, we still have so much time left in this cycle. In fact, this may be a super cycle. We may not have any major corrections or crypto winter after this cycle. So we still have plenty of room to grow. If you're looking at our TA perspective, I'm sure there's a lot of TA charts that will show that what happened today happened and nothing changes. We're still very, very, very bullish and we're heading upwards. That is correct. But here's why I think we will go higher. Because we have too many faithful Bitcoiners. We have way too many that will continue to load up forever. Guys like Michael Saylor from MicroStrategy. Remember, just yesterday, he announced, or maybe it was this morning. Maybe it was this morning. He announced that he was going to raise 600 million more to buy Bitcoin. And Jim Cramer was trying to poke fun of Michael Saylor. Jim Cramer basically made it sound like Bitcoin is the top. It's not going to go up anymore. And Michael Saylor is a big reason why we have this top signal. As if inverse Cramer isn't the ultimate signal. Every time Cramer talks about Bitcoin going lower or it's going to be done, it's hard to overcome, it's not going to come back up, I'm bearish on Bitcoin, that's when the market flips upwards. So it's kind of the irony there. I don't even have the clip. But we got guys like Saylor that will not give up and they will continue to buy. And we have the ETFs. They will continue to buy because institutions are buying. And we have the long-term holders that will continue to buy. Because of the holders, Bitcoin will recover and form a new high and will continue to do so many, many, many times in this year and in this cycle. And I like to remind you guys, again, the accumulation is so fast from these ETFs, it's staggering. Michael Saylor and MicroStrategy have accumulated 193,000 Bitcoin. in 4 years. And of course, he's going to raise $600 million and he's going to buy more. Do you think he's going to sell any of this $12.2 billion worth of Bitcoin? No. But, I mean, here's the thing. I showed you guys this already. BlackRock already has 170,000 Bitcoin. Closing in really quick, almost $11 billion. Fidelity, $7 billion. Okay, you have other ETF providers from around the world, like CoinShares up $3 billion. You got ARX at $2.2 billion. You got Bitwise at $1.7 billion. Purpose ETF at $1.6 billion. And you can see it goes on and on and on and on. These are ETFs and ETPs around the world, and they are accumulating by the billions every single week. So that is why I am not discouraged. I know Bitcoin is going to go higher. Today is simply a blip in the road upwards, okay? And hopefully you guys, I know a lot of you guys are new. A lot of you guys are not. A lot of you guys have been in the space for a while, so you know this. But I know a lot of people have come in recently. I know because I started getting asked about Bitcoin left and right everywhere, right? So a lot of you guys may not have experience. You may have bought just yesterday at 66, 67, 68, or 69, right? And if you're feeling a little hurt, you're a little afraid of what happened today, just know that it's normal. Don't get fudded out, okay? And continue to hodl and DCA if you can, because we are going to go much higher. And lastly, I'll conclude with this. There's one big Bitcoin bull that just made a huge prediction today. Actually, just a few hours ago. And there's still a good chance that this happens. Okay, even though it seems a little bit more unlikely now because of the fall, but we could quickly recover back up and hit this in no time. And this is from Max Kaiser, who has been in Bitcoin since 2010. He's definitely a Bitcoin billionaire, okay? And he called this a few hours ago, 75,000 by Friday. Tomorrow's Wednesday. And then we have Thursday and then Friday, right? So we only got 3 days. We got 3 days to make a new all-time high and hit $75,000. Let's see if he's correct. It's not unreasonable. Anything goes. Anything goes. Tomorrow, we could shoot right back to 69,000 and then 75,000. Seems like it'll come on Thursday. So we'll have to see. All right. That is pretty much it. Hopefully that helped you guys a little bit. I do notice that XRP is down majorly today. Cardano's down majorly today. A lot of the memes are down majorly today, and that's because they were up majorly for the entire week. But today, I know, is a red day. Does not feel good, especially since yesterday everything was pumping to the moon, and it did not seem like it was going to stop, especially this morning. Things happen. This is normal. Do not be discouraged. Continue to move forward. All right, let's do some Q&A. Nate says, getting flashback to the 2021 bull run. Yes. I remember that bull run. I remember many bull runs. And we had a lot of days like today. And it kind of sucks because we all want Bitcoin to go up forever. I know that. And we get so used to, so adjusted to a price level so quickly. It's like amazing to think that we only reset by a day and a half. We didn't even reset by a week or 2 weeks or a month. We reset a day and a half. Mike, new member. I'm scrolling up here to see what I missed. Ruben, super chat. Appreciate it. Andy says, it's all over. Sell me your Bitcoin. I'll buy everyone's Bitcoin for $1. B Cat is the first meme on Beam. All right. New Taylor Swift meme coin Swifties, only 1 million market cap. You know, today, guys, you got to read the room. Today is not a day to be getting into new memes. You guys got to read the room. B13SR gifted 5 memberships. Welcome and thank you. I need the XRP video to ease the pain. Maybe I could share that when I leave tonight. DL says, Coinbase crashed a dip again. Would you move everything to Ledger and just buy from Ledger Live? I mean, you could do that, but Ledger Live, you can't buy everything on Ledger Live. It's just connected to a couple of DEXs. So unfortunately, Coinbase, I mean, they know this. They know that they're going to get crazy amount of volume. They should, if I was Brian Armstrong, I would be spending every day and every dollar on beefing up that infrastructure. There's just like, and they know too, every time Coinbase crashes, the market crashes too. Not to say that they got, I don't think they're the reason today, but whenever Bitcoin gets really hot, the market gets really hot, Coinbase crashes, everything crashes because people can't buy anymore and they freak out. Laske, new member, welcome. Is the DFK Amidas partnership bullish? I would say so. Why would you not think so? Private Mike, OPT Fuel Pith, sold, DCA $50 a day, prediction 2025. They will be higher in 2025. How about that? How about that? I did talk about a lot of them yesterday, last night. Vishal, Atomatic prediction, again, much higher. 10 times? Probably. 10x? The kid come. Please, everyone, get out so I can buy cheap. My friend spent his entire life savings today buying a Chili's dip. What did they say to someone with such conviction? I'd say good luck. I mean, not that Chili's is a bad project, but there are much better projects, and it's a little too risky to spend your entire life savings. Even though ultimately that may end up being a great move, but still, that's just a little bit too risky. Curve Dow. Not something I'm very interested in. JP Allen, appreciate it. What do you think about ITX? Never heard of it. Never heard of it. Intelex. This is a new project. It doesn't even register yet. 5 more gifted memberships. Thank you. Sith Lord Todd says, I was very happy to see a pullback. Glad I bought my 0.003 Bitcoin. Congrats. What do you think about Poo in you? It sounds bad. It sounds really bad. Patrick, new member. Welcome. What are your thoughts on Floki and TokenFi? Well, the two projects are completely separate. There's some kind of integration where I think Floki gets burned or something like that. But TokenFi is just a project to create more tokens. It's interesting that the team would even want to go in that direction. Kind of weird. Celestia, Injective, Dimension, I think they're all good projects. In fact, not good. They're great projects. Papa Elf. Jordan, I tried leveraging and got wrecked today. With little amounts, no biggie. Do you margin or do you get liquidated or you start a new trade? You know, it depends. I'm not gonna lie. Today I got absolutely wrecked. Absolutely wrecked. And I kept and I finally caught the bottom and made it back a little bit, but still I got wrecked today. Today's just not a good day for leverage. But most days I think you gotta read it and see. Sometimes it's just best to cut your losses. It's just not gonna recover. It's not worth risking putting more margin in, right? But sometimes it is. Sometimes it's worth to put a little bit more to prevent you from liquidation. Also, sometimes it's worth it to just decrease the leverage. So if you're using, say, 15x, you could decrease it 10x, increase the margin for you and drop the liquidation price. So sometimes that's worth it too. So again, you have to read the room. Today was one of those days was made to liquidate everyone. So don't feel bad, but you know, you got to just move on. And if it's not right for you, just don't do it anymore. But I'm too much of a degen to stop now. DCA Leonard says, hey, what's your thought on Curve? Someone else asked about it. It's not something that I care about. I mean, it's a DEX for mostly for stable coins. Not something I'm particularly interested in. Risk assets all fell today. Gold was up. Factory orders was down in January. Liquidity hunt is all part of market dynamics. And let's not forget, today the U.S. market sucked really bad. It was a big sell-off day. So maybe that just played into it, right? With the leverage, with Wall Street selling off, with what you said, factory orders are down and caused a lot of things to go down. That could have all played into it, right? Insight on why Radix is dying and dead. Is it? Or are you just being dramatic? It's 418 million. 419 million, so I don't think it's quite dead. It did drop today. For the week, it pretty much went sideways. If it wasn't for today, it would be going sideways. For the month, it's still up. So, Kobe, I'm not so sure it's dead. Swift coin up 180%. Good to hear about that. Jupiter Joe Uni profit sharing. Anything to this hold? To answer your question, yes. Mike, I'm just going again. Read the room. Trying to show a new meme on Beam tonight is not gonna get you anywhere. Chainlink market cap prediction after today. Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. I actually just gave a Chainlink prediction last night. That doesn't change just because of today. Check my total returns after today's dip. Still up 41% of Bitcoin, 27% of ETH, 33% of Sol. Right? Tomorrow, I'm going to show you guys my DCA portfolio. And it's still going to be up week over week. Unless tomorrow we have another catastrophic drop and we go down to like 50,000. But still, it goes to show you that DCA works long term. You set and forget. That's it. Someone asked about a Ferrari. Is the Ferrari 488 Pista worth 499? I don't know. Or 450? That's actually a Spider Pista for 450. That's really cheap. I haven't seen a Spider. All the Spider Ferraris are worth a lot more. JP Allen, what are your thoughts on ADA? Do you think it's a problem that Coinbase discontinued selling ADA? Wouldn't that happen? That's not true. Coinbase is right here. Coinbase did not stop selling ADA. I don't know where you heard that from. Let's see here. Held through COVID, FTX collapse, Russia attacking Ukraine, Powell talks, rate hikes, eternity of hawkishness, and Gensler cursing it, not selling anytime soon. So you pretty much summed up everything that we went through within the last 3 years. And there's been so much negative things, yet Bitcoin does not care, continue to go up, and formed a new high this morning. So think about that. But congratulations for ignoring the FUD. What do you think about token in 10 coin of MEXC? I have no idea what token in is. Very, very small. Not off to a good start. It's on Aptos. Build a reverse portal to our world to transform the game into a full-fledged meta universe. And in players, okay. I don't have time to read all that. That's a horrible marketing website. Sorry. That was like a book report on that webpage. Let's see. Is an allocation of 0.14 Bitcoin good? I got a year's savings and put in there. I mean, that's pretty darn good. That's more than what most people have. So just think about that. 0.14 is what? $10,000? Yeah, around $10,000 or maybe $9,000. That's more than what most people have. Do you know anything about the March 11 event that will bring the market down even more? No, that's just made up. In Miami, was hoping for better news by the time I landed. Johnny, didn't you say the market only pumps when you're flying? So maybe because you landed, that's why. Let's see. Rank Doge, Shi, Bonk based on their higher upside. Well, just reverse what you said. That's their upside rank. Sorry for the misinformation. I read it on Google. Where did you read it on Google? Because that's just not true. So I don't know where you would read that from. Anyways, ADA will do just fine. How does it feel to get dumped on, George? Well, considering that I've been in this space since 2013, I've seen this countless times. It still sucks. It still sucks every single time. I'm not a fan of Penguin. I am not. What the hell is this? Super Trump up 783%, up 800%. That is a rug waiting to happen. Rather than Penguin, I just go with Trader Joe. You're to go. Have my money, please. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. Why do you hate Crowcoin? I don't. If I say I don't like something, that's not hate. Hate is a strong word. I hate that you said that I hate CRO coin. I just said it's not my thing. And I never liked the launch. I don't like the exchange. I don't like the DEXs that's on there. Peter Schiff talking more shit today. I'm sure he is. He was the one that was poking fun of Saylor with his 600 million announcement, basically saying he's going to lead MicroStrategy to bankruptcy. I'm pretty sure like Saylor could sue him for defamation for a comment like that. I don't even know why Schiff is so angry over Bitcoin's rise. Like if I saw, let's just say, let's in reverse. Let's say I saw gold, and we all saw gold's price skyrocketing right now from $2,000 to $3,000 to $4,000 to $5,000. Would that make me angry? No, because I don't care about gold. I just ignore it. I wouldn't be going on Schiff's Twitter and making fun of how, you know, gold is a bubble and he's going to lead Schiff Gold to bankruptcy because I'm a Bitcoiner, right? So, like, it doesn't even make any sense. If Schiff really does not like Bitcoin, why does he keep talking about Bitcoin and trying to bring it down, right? If you don't like something, you're not going to even pay attention to it. Anyways, it's best not to pay attention to them. Price prediction for ADA. I said this yesterday about, I'd say they could get to about $8 in this cycle. I think that's reasonable. Ivan, what are your thoughts on SHIB? SHIB was very, very, very hot yesterday. I made a shitload of money on SHIB. Today, I lost a shitload on SHIB. I think SHIB is about to overtake Doge. I think it's going to happen. A lot of people, retail players coming back in, what they know is SHIB. So they're going to continue to buy SHIB. They don't even know about Bonk yet. And Pepe's not listed. None of the other ones are listed. So I think SHIB is going to get a lot of retail attention because a lot of people came into the space in 2021, bought SHIB, and they're probably going to continue to buy it now that it's pumping. They had all this time to buy when it was dirt cheap. They didn't. Now they're buying when it's higher. How come ICB is up while everything's down? No clue. Thoughts on Meme Combat and Galaxy Fox for gaming? Not familiar with either project, man. I wouldn't consider 13% retracing a crash. Well, good. Angel, that's good. But for a lot of people, they're not as experienced or intelligent as you. I almost shivved my pants today. Why doesn't Michael Saylor pull all these fake crypto giveaways with his likeness? He claims that he has his team removing them constantly, like hundreds a day, and they just keep popping up. YouTube just does a really bad job of scam stuff. I see those scam interviews, AI, all the time, and I go report them. I don't know if they do anything. And I see so many like bots making comments. We block them, but there's always more. YouTube somehow just can't figure it out. Stefan, thank you. Check out Bork, the Blonde Killer. Again, guys, if you go shill memes, that was yesterday. Yesterday was the day to shill memes. Today, after a big correction, not the time to be shilling memes. You read the room. You're not going to convince anyone to buy your bag of whatever you're holding today. When we get back to 70,000 and beyond, then try to shill them. Shift talks trash about Bitcoin because its success goes against the asset he wants to pump. Agree, it's defamation. I mean, he did. He went too far because he claimed that Michael Saylor was going to bankrupt, MicroStrategy. That's a pretty harsh statement, right? If he just simply said what he usually says, is like, oh, Bitcoin's gonna crash or whatever. Okay, fine. But he actually attacked Michael Saylor this time around. How much SHIB do you have in your portfolio? 0. I was just playing leverage on it, but I don't hold any. Cody, I don't really have any thoughts on Cody. They were just hyped up by a lot of KOLs recently. But I don't hear anyone talk about DJed. No one uses DJed. If you're trading on Cardano, you're just trading against ADA pairs. So I don't even know the point of DJed. And supposedly they're going to like rebrand themselves into a L2, something like that. Yeah. Martin says, I'm being paid to show my leverage. No, I'm not. I wish I was, but I'm not. I'm just sharing my wins and my losses. I have 1K. Which meme coin should... Go spend that 1K on Bitcoin. Okay? Go buy $1,000 of Bitcoin. Not financial advice. You should do that versus a meme coin. Is Saylor important for Say Network? Isn't that a meme coin? Isn't Saylor their meme? Kryptonite. Oh, no, it's not. I forgot what this is. Oh, they're liquid staking. I don't know why they put Binance Smart Chain here. Liquid staking, you know, kind of like Jitto and Lido, they're important for DeFi. So sure, yes, it's important. I didn't say Cody is trash, Kevin. I didn't say that. Price prediction for Sui. Just 10x. 10x. After this winter, this dump was a breeze. I mean, honestly, today was really nothing. We got set back a day and a half, right? But I don't want to make it seem like it's nothing. Because for a lot of people, new people, they have small amounts of money. And, you know, it's significant to them. And they see a drop. So I don't want to discount it completely. But my point is this. We see this all the time in previous cycles. We see some massive drops. We see some small drops. We see a lot of drops left and right. This is normal. This cycle's not over. We will go and form a new high once again. So just ignore the FUD and be patient. Continue to hold on DCA. DZO, I agree with you. Gambler Degen, embarrassing, but I held StormX since Voyager, held them, but I've almost broken even. Congrats. Any updates on them? They sponsor basketball, poker, but I feel like their marketing sucks. Yes, their marketing sucks, basically. I mean, they're a rewards program play. And I don't hear anyone talk about them. I don't hear anyone use them. So, like, right now, I'm a visor to Amino Rewards. Amino, they're kind of in the same thing, same space. You get rewarded for shopping. Also, you get rewarded for moving. So their app is Amino Move, and you could earn Amino tokens just for taking your daily walks and so forth, right? And there's gamification built in. Pretty soon they're going to have their shop open to U.S. Residents, so they seem to be having a lot more traction than StormX. But I've met Sonny before, interviewed him, I met him in person before. He seems like a decent guy. I just don't know, you know, what they're doing these days. Hold on, I missed some. Umbrella is a gray small cap right now. Okay. Rank based on higher upside, AVAX, Matic, ADA. In that order. Jeff Wharton, volatility is the price you pay for 10x gains compared to the stock market. It's the price of entry. I think you stole that from me. But volatility is the price of admission when it comes to crypto. You know, when we see the massive gains, they only happen because you were able to withstand days like today, right? Volatility. If you're not able to withstand volatility days, then you wouldn't be reaping rewards when we start climbing higher and forming new all-time highs. What's Vanry? Vanar chain. Never heard of this project before. Web3 for billions of entertainment consumers. Okay, so it's showing all these things that could happen. Whether or not they will happen, I don't know. Seems like they're working on Paramount already. Shelby Cobra. Really? They're working with Google Cloud. I never heard this project before. Seems they're a new L1 focused on entertainment and gaming. Wow, they're on Coinbase and Binance already. When did they come out? Oh, they came out in 2021. Okay. They barely made a dent. Yeah. They used to be called Virtura. I don't know. They have a chance of coming back, but they're very, very, very far off from their previous highs still. Working with. They pay for cloud storage. That's probably the extent of that partnership. they pay Google Cloud for storage. Yeah. All right, guys. Time to go. ICP is just too centralized, in my opinion. That's why I don't like it. And too hyped up upon launch. So today, we had a dip. We had a crash after hitting all-time high. We went down 15%, but know that this is normal. It happens all the time. And we were only reset by a day and a half. A day and a half. Not 2 weeks, not a month, a day and a half, right? Tomorrow's a new day. The leverage seems to have been wiped out. We're starting clean. Tomorrow, we could definitely see a big pump back to where we were. This cycle is not over. This rally is not over. This pump is not over. We will form an all-time high once again. So stay strong, my friends. Have a good night. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Have a good one. Take care. Bye-bye.
What do you think about Ripple?
Well, I mean, I think it's too centralized, but I definitely want to meet Chris Larson.